everybody, it's me, Jacob, library technician at the Longview Public Library. And today we're here with a special guest, Annie from OMSI.
Hi everyone, I'm Annie. I'm an educator at OMSI.
Annie's here to help us with a special STEM series of pre-K packets. Today we're doing week 1, patterns.
All right, so in your packet, which you can pick up from the library, you have materials for 2 activities. So you'll find your activity slip, and then the first activity we're going to talk about is snake patterns. For the other activity, which is weaving boards, you'll have a board, a popsicle stick, some yarn, and a big plastic needle. You may also want some scissors to cut your yarn. And you may also want some other larger items to weave with. I brought some paper strips, some pipe cleaners, but you can gather grasses or anything long that you think would be interesting to weave with.
So Annie, how do we do this snake pattern activity?
Well, we are going to take our sheet and make patterns in the snaky bodies. So let's start with the big snake. And I'm going to start with a red dot. I'm going to put it right by its head. What color do you think should come next?
What about yellow?
Great. Why don't you put that right next to the red?
Okay, like this.
Just like that, perfect. And I'm gonna repeat this pattern. So we've got red, yellow, red. What should come next?
So will we do yellow again?
Let's try yellow again.
Okay.
So this is a great patterning activity. You can go A, B, A, B, red, yellow, red, yellow. Do you wanna pick the next yellow one?
Sure.
And continue on, or you can try, let's move to another snake and try a different pattern. What color should come first on this one?
Let's do that hot pink color.
Oh,
I
nice.
like that.
Do you want to put that one on the next snake?
Sure. Here we go. Right there.
Ooh, right in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to do green with that hot pink. And now let's choose a third color.
Oh,
Let's go A, B, C, A, B, C.
Well, we haven't done this dark purple yet.
Nice. Okay. These are some beautiful snakes.
Do you think there's one like this in the wild?
I hope so. That would be a really beautiful snake. All right, so if we're going A, B, C, then that pink comes next. What comes after that?
Looks like green would come next.
Great. This is a gorgeous snake. Very mesmerizing. Maybe not a camouflager, though. All right, so we'll put that one next to the green. So practicing these repeating patterns with your preschooler helps them build predictability in the world around them. So you can look at patterns in traffic lights. After it's red, what color comes next? You can look at patterns in your daily activities. When we come home from school, we wash our hands, we have a snack, we read our book, and then we go outside. Right, so thinking about these patterns helps us understand the world around us and build early math skills.
Great.
Yeah.
I heard there's also a weaving activity as part of this activity packet.
Absolutely. So you'll want to grab your weaving board, and the first thing to do is string up your board. This is complicated, so adults, we might need your help with this. First, you're going to find the end of your yarn and pull some out, and actually, I forgot to mention, you might want some tape. You'll want to tape it to the back of your board. You can decide which is front or back. It really doesn't matter. So go ahead and tape that on, and then you're going to string between the first tooth on one side and across the front of the board to the next little tooth. You're going to go around the back of that tooth and back down the front of the board. And you're going to continue that pattern. Oh, see, patterns again. You're going to repeat that pattern all the way across the front of the board. So adults, you may want to get this started and then help your student continue the pattern until you've strung the yarn all the way across the front of that board.
That was really quick.
Yeah, and then we'll just tape it back on the back there to hold those strings nice and tight. All right, Jacob, you want to try some weaving?
I love to try it.
Sweet. All right, so go ahead and choose something you want to weave with. We're going to probably not use the yarn today, but feel free to use it. Do you want to choose a paper or pipe cleaner?
Sure, I'll do this blue pipe cleaner.
Nice. And as you go, let's try an over, under pattern. So you'll go over one string, under the next.
Okay, like that.
Yep, over the next one, and then under.
Okay.
So you can see Jacob is repeating a pattern. It's like that A, B pattern we did with the snake pattern bodies. And you can just repeat that pattern all the way across your board. Now, if you're weaving with the yarn, you might use your popsicle stick to help kind of bump the yarn up towards one end of your weaving. That helps to keep it nice and tidy and the weaving close together. All right, oh, this is looking really good. Sweet. Okay, or you can just use your fingers to bump the yarn up. All right. Now, if you're using the yarn, you could go back across the other way and just change the pattern. You would go over the string that you went under and under the strings you went over. But let's go ahead and choose something else to weave with and try a different pattern. Okay. What pattern do you want to try this time?
What if I did over, under, under?
Ooh, let's see what that one looks like.
Okay, and I'll go over this one. And then under the next two again. I did the first time. And then I'm just going to keep going all the way across until I'm done.
Nice.
It's kind of nice that I can grab these and pinch them up. It really helps me get through this a little fast.
That's a good idea, yeah. So this is not just great math practice, but great fine motor practice as well. When I see you're bumping that up a little bit closer. Oh, that looks really interesting. So I can see the way that the strings are showing across. Oh, nice. Across
Missed one at the end.
That's okay. You can always go back and fix it.
Right, yeah.
Nice.
And if I wanted to, I could always just pull this out and start over again.
Exactly right. Yeah. Alrighty, so when you are done with your weaving, if you want to preserve what you've made, you'll want to slide these loops off the top one at a time onto a dowel or a stick, and just see how there's a little loop there. You can thread a dowel or stick through the top to help keep it nice and flat. You probably also won't want to weave all the way to the bottom. Leave some room at the bottom and then go ahead and cut your strings, and you can just tie them off at the bottom of your weaving. Then if you want to, you can tie strings to the top of your dowel up here and make a nice little hanging. And remember your beautiful pattern forever.
So Annie, normally we do a literacy tip when we're doing these packet videos. Do you have a STEM tip you'd like to share with us?
Absolutely. So we'll talk about the math in STEM. From our earliest moments of life, patterns are a way that we learn about and make sense of the world around us. So whether it's an everyday pattern, like what happens in our daily routine. Maybe when we come home from school, we eat a snack and go outside and then we read a book. Or whether it's getting around in our world, when we stop at a stoplight, it's red, and then it turns green, and then it turns yellow. Patterns exist in the world and also in numbers. You can definitely keep building your child's and your own love of patterns with lots of different games, dancing, rhyming books, and pointing out the patterns that bring predictability to your own lives. Do you have a favorite pattern in the world?
I think I like a checkerboard pattern, just kind of the classic two-color boxes.
Very nice.
Yeah. What about you?
I like the pattern of getting out a spoon, opening the freezer, and eating ice cream.
Me too. All right, now I'm going to share our books with you this week. So the first one that we're going to talk about was unfortunately checked out. So here it is. And it is Pitter Pattern by Joyce Hesselberth. And a child discovers patterns in her whole week, from coming in from the rain to soccer practice to dance class. There are also lots of patterns to discover in the bright geometric illustrations. Next we have Pattern Fish by Trudy Harris, and this book and its companion Pattern Bugs are found in our Counting and Math Powerwall. Each page spread starts out with a pattern, like this one, So we have bubble, bubble, pop, bubble, bubble, pop. And then it prompts you with the page turn to have readers recognize and continue the pattern. So if we have bubble, bubble, pop, and then this starts here, bubble, bubble, what's next? It's pop. And we can see that lots of things can be patterns, whether it be colors, markings, actions, and it has a fun surprise ending to it too. So this next one is also checked out, and it's The Napping House by Audrey Wood. So this classic picture book tells the story in a pattern. First there's a bed, and then there's a granny and a child, where everyone is sleeping, until a flea wakes the mouse, who wakes the cat, and so on. You'll also see the sun come out in the illustrations as more of the household wakes up. And it works up and toward a pattern, and then it kind of works backward through the pattern as well. And finally, we have this brand new book called Patterns Everywhere by Lisa Varshall-Perrin. And in simple rhyming text, this book explores patterns found in nature, from sand dunes to snowflakes to seashells. Each page has engaging photographs and a sidebar explaining science concepts in more detail. The end pages even include activities you can do. So let's see those. So here's like an example of those. Science facts. And a couple of the different patterns that you can find in this book, followed by all of the cool activities. Okay, so the first song that we're going to share with you is Bingo. Do you know this one?
I do.
It's a classic. All right, here we go.
There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, Roof, I-N-G-O, Roof, I-N-G-O, Roof, I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name. Oh.
And then you continue to go through the song and progressively remove letters with your chosen sound effect. And we chose to bark.
Woof. All right. Jacob, do you want to do a finger play?
Absolutely.
Awesome. This one's called 5 Little Squirrels. 5 little squirrels with acorns to store. One went to sleep, and now there are 4. 4 little squirrels hunting acorns in a tree. One fell down, and now there are 3. 3 little squirrels climbing high for view. One got lost, and now there are 2. 2 little squirrels tossing acorns for fun. One got tired, and now there is 1. 1 little squirrel playing in the sun. It runs away, and now there are none.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a special thanks to Annie and OMSI for doing these pre-K packets with us. And don't forget to pick up your packet at the library while supplies last. And we hope to see you at the library soon.